Всем привет! Меня зовут Юля. Welcome to my channel, and today we are going to talk about two very used verbs. Уметь и смочь и мочь. We are going to see the difference between these two or three verbs, have a look at some examples, and at the end do some exercises. So let's start with the verb уметь. Firstly, let's conjugate it. Уметь. Я умею, ты умеешь, он, она умеет, мы умеем, вы умеете, они умеют. Уметь to English we will translate it as to be able to or can. After уметь we use infinitive of NSV verbs only. Again, if you don't know the difference between SV and NSV, watch this video, it will be useful for you. So one more time, after уметь, we use infinitive of NSV verbs only. We use the verb уметь when we are talking about skills and knowledge, something that we learned how to do. We were not born with these abilities. We learned how to do it. For example, я умею плавать. Well, we can translate it as I can swim, but it's better to translate as I know how to swim, because actually I learned how to swim. Maybe I took some classes, etc. I know how to swim. Он умеет петь. Again, I think by default we all have voice and we can sing, but probably we can't call everything singing. So here он умеет петь, he learned how to sing. Maybe he is a professional singer, yes? It's actually nice to listen to how he is singing. So I know how to sing. He knows how to sing. Он умеет петь. And last one. Мы умеем решать уравнения. We know how to solve problems and equations. Again, we learned how to do it. It is not so simple. So teacher taught us or we learned how to solve them by ourselves. So again, the verb уметь we use when we talk about our skills and knowledges. The verbs мочь and смочь. Мочь, this is NSV, смочь, it is SV. Firstly, let me conjugate them. Мочь. Я могу, ты можешь, он, она может, мы можем, вы можете, они могут. This is the verb NSV we use for past, present and future actions. The verb смочь, this is SV, we use for past and for future actions only. I will conjugate it firstly. Я смогу, ты сможешь, он, она сможет, мы сможем, вы сможете, они смогут. As you see, it looks like it is conjugated in present, but actually it is future. So, after the verbs мочь or смочь, we use infinitive of both SV and NSV verbs. Here only NSV, only imperfective. Here imperfective and perfective verbs, infinitive. So these verbs we use when we are talking about abilities, physical abilities or mental abilities, something that we were born with. So for example, I can see, yes, because I have eyes, I can see. I can walk because I have legs, I can walk. So these are my, physical abilities. To English we will translate it as again can. I can walk, I can see, etc. So let's compare two verbs. For example, я умею плавать, но сегодня не могу, так как сломала ногу. So, I know how to swim. I know how to swim. This is my skill. But today I cannot because I broke my leg. So in general, I know how to swim, but today I cannot. I don't have this physical ability because I broke my leg. Next example. Он умеет петь, но завтра он не сможет, так как у него болит горло. Again, here we are talking about our physical ability that I know how to sing, but today I cannot, but tomorrow I won't be able to because I have a sore throat. So this is our physical ability that I cannot swim or I cannot sing because of my physical, well, in this case, disabilities. Мы умеем решать уравнения. We know how to solve equations. But this one we cannot solve. Here we are talking about our mental ability, that we know how to solve the equations, but this one we cannot solve. I don't know why. Maybe it is more difficult. We don't know how to solve it. Again, we use the verb moć or smoć when we are describing our physical or mental abilities. When actually we were born with some abilities like to see, to walk, actually to speak, we didn't really learn how to do these things. We open our eyes and we see. I can see. I have legs. I can walk. Or we also ask moć или смочь when we ask for help. For example, ты можешь мне помочь? Can you help me? You didn't really learn how to help other people. That's why we don't use the verb уметь. This is our ability and desire to help someone. Ты можешь мне помочь? Well, I hope it is clear. So let's straight away do these exercises. Feel free to do them by yourself or let's do together. The first one. Мы не играть на гитаре. To play the guitar. This is something that you actually learn how to do. This is a skill. So we use the verb уметь. Мы не умеем играть на гитаре. Мы не умеем играть на гитаре. Я не здесь работать слишком шумно. Я to work here it is too noisy. So we use the verb мочь. Я не могу здесь работать. Вы позвонить мне позже. Can you call me later? Well, in English, I think both verbs we will translate as can, but in Russian, actually, there is a difference. So, can you call me later? It's not a skill, it's not a knowledge. This is probably when you ask someone a favor or, a favor. Вы можете позвонить мне позже. Вы можете позвонить мне позже. Ты готовить блины, приготовить на завтрак. Can you cook pancakes? This is actually we're asking about your knowledge. Do you have knowledge? Do you know how to cook pancakes? This is the verb уметь. Ты умеешь готовить блины? Ты умеешь готовить блины? Приготовить на завтрак. Can you cook them for breakfast? This is again we ask not for help, but for a favor. Можешь приготовить на завтрак? Можешь приготовить на завтрак? Я завтра не прийти на работу. So I cannot, I won't be able to go to work tomorrow. So here we are talking about our physical ability, that physically I cannot be present at work. Я завтра не могу прийти на работу. This is not knowledge, it's not a skill, this is not something we learned, this is our ability. Она играть в теннис, но она заболела и завтра не играть. So, она играть в теннис. So, she knows how to play tennis. So, she has this skill. She has knowledge how to play tennis. We need to use the verb уметь. Она умеет играть в теннис. Она умеет играть в теннис, но она заболела. She got sick. And tomorrow she won't be able to play. So physically she won't be able to play. Она завтра не сможет играть. Она умеет играть в теннис, но она заболела и завтра не сможет играть. Well, that's it. I think it was quite easy. If you still have any questions, and let me know in the comments, write down your questions below, subscribe to my channel, and see you guys next time. Пока-пока!